Did you get like a little PTSD on your way to the bathroom?
No, just on the drive down Clark. I was living in Tremont, and I would ride my bike. I was having PTSD coming down Clark because I would ride my bike, and I would pick up like tall boys, and I'd have them in a grocery bag while I was on my bike handles, and I'd hear them clanking together. And I'd also be like, you got to be head on a swivel over there. So I would like, my tall boys in a grocery bag going down Clark to come to rehearse at Rock and Roll City.
You gotta have them on 2 separate bags.
There you
balance
go.
out.
Balance it out.
Exactly. Rookie moves out here. Come on.
We grow up, we learn.
Damn. It's so weird doing this on a Monday morning.
I know, but I love it though. Maybe we should switch to Monday. Well, you fucking work on Monday mornings.
I feel like I could I work from home, so it's like, what does that even mean?
Sure.
And that's the problem with our world, Jordan.
I am the problem. I feel like you're trying to segue somehow into D-Day, and I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you talk about it.
They were just kids.
Damn.
We on there like Jordan and Jordan. In the studio, we sporting. Anything from the lyric we call our own. Spreading our roots cause the love we grown.
Okay, well, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's another episode of Locally Grown.
Yeah, and it's Jay Laird.
And Jerbs.
And that's the intro. But here we are with Tropidelic.
Yeah, happy to be here.
One half of them. And we're so spoiled to have you guys here right now.
No, we're stoked to be here.
Grinding the
Long
club.
overdue.
All right, we got James, Rhodes, Rex. How we feeling?
Feeling good. We just came off a crazy weekend. Our album came out on Saturday.
Listen.
And we just did 3 wild shows, too. We played with Streetlight Manifesto on Saturday. It was like me and Rex's favorite band. That was sick.
That was insane.
Oh, nice.
That was awesome.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
where?
vibes are high.
Where was that?
Long Island.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's your favorite band, Streetlight Manifesto?
It was since high school.
It's hard to pinpoint, but they were for a very long time.
Yeah.
They kind of
Yeah.
introduced me to the scene, honestly, of like ska, reggae, rock, Sublime, all of that stuff. It was all Streetlight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, freshman in high school.
Like, same. Yeah, that's awesome. Wait.
It's taken a long time to get to see him live for me personally, but I'm glad we got to play with him. It was
That's
sick.
a strange app. That was your introduction to the scene. That's a
goofy.
that's a strange avenue.
That seems like it's
Interesting job.
That is good. Like a niche at the end up there.
Yeah, that's where you that's like where you exit the scene, like kind of thing.
But it worked for you somehow.
Like somebody
Eighth
played me
period
Soul
Latin.
Out by Real Big
Eighth
Fish.
period
I
Latin,
was
I
like,
found out about Streetlight Manifesto.
Was it your teacher?
Joe Grega, buddy of mine, just turned around. He was like, "Yo, you ever hear of Streetlight and 4 Years Strong?" And I was like, "What?" Changed my life.
There it was. I like that you remember specifically where you were at.
Oh yeah, I
Really?
can picture it right now.
Wait,
I do too.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
that's funny because I remember specifically where I was at, and I was telling Jerbs about this morning when I heard about Tropidelic for the first time. You'll never know. It's always the most random place because I was working at Macaroni Girl, and one of our line
Sounds right up
cooks.
Rex's alley.
Macaroni Girl, that was an era. that was a time.
Keep telling me
That
the
was a
story.
time.
How? Yeah.
Yeah, we were making some fettuccine, making some, like goat cheese stuffed peppers. Yeah, whatever.
Come on.
But one of our line cooks was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to this festival this weekend. It's called Freak Stomp," and I was like, "Freak Stomp?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's headlined by this band called Tropidelic. Like, they put it on every year." I was like, "Tropidelic?" I'm like, "Okay, this sounds up my alley. I'm into it. I'm listening. I'm here." And that was like my first introduction. That was probably like 2017.
That's
And
crazy.
I was like, "This is good music." I was like, "I'm into this."
That's so sick.
And that was, Macaroni Grill in 2017. You just never
Is
know.
Macaroni Grill still around?
I never heard of that.
I don't know.
I feel like I remember it, but it's
It's better than Olive Garden, but like.
yeah, right. It was one of those.
You know?
It was like
Not
very
Carrabba's.
open.
Yeah, but
open
exactly.
house.
It's
Better
like
than
it's like
Olive
the
Garden, not Carrabba's.
middle shelf Italian.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, like that
Yeah, I
fast.
don't see him around anymore though. He might not be around. Neither is Freak Stomp, coincidentally. So.
So
You know-
I didn't even fucking know that because we're from Medina.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first one was down there. Yeah.
I think we did 2 of them there.
Oh yeah. Did we? I can't. It's hard to
I thought there
remember.
were
Yeah.
3. Or no, maybe it was just 2.
Maybe it was-
Going once, going twice, 2, 3, 3.
Yeah, a
2,
few of them. We
1.
started it there. Well, there's dispute about this. We'd have like 8 years ago, our buddies would have like a pool party at their big like house out in Atwater, Ohio, and it was always like the first week in August. So it was, like, the big dispute is like whether like this started at like festival stage or even before that at like a pool party. We kind of contend that it was like a pool party in our homie's backyard for a few years, and then we kind of made it official.
Stop. A pool party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Best
like a mini
ideas come
festival.
from
Like,
it.
people camped out. Like, it was like a whole thing, so.
Everwild started as a pool party. And it still is.
Just with ice buckets now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys bringing the ice buckets back? Because I might try it this year.
They will be back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jared?
I'll do it with you.
Okay.
Go live.
Nice.
We'll go live for it. We'll go live for it. Yeah. I'm into it.
Our friend Coach Myers, he lives very nearby where Everwild is. He brings out the ice buckets and kind of like sponsors that whole aspect of it. He's a super solid dude. I went to the Chili Peppers in Pittsburgh the other day. He got me backstage at the Chili Peppers, but he's always like getting backstage, and he has like a whole like workout brand and stuff. He's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Chili Peppers are coming. They're here tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, is it tonight?
Blossom.
Oh, nice.
Isn't it? Is today the 22nd? Where are we? Oh, they're coming today.
Who are they with?
Wait, it's someone super random but also awesome. It was like, who opened?
It was supposed to be Cuddy in Pittsburgh, but he didn't. He was never on the Cleveland day, which is why I went to Pittsburgh, and then he didn't come because he's in
the stage dive incident.
Yeah.
What?
Stage dive.
He stage dive. He jumped off stage at Coachella. This was like months and months ago.
Yeah, like broke his ankle or something.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was on video and it was all
Yeah,
over the
Cuddy
place.
and Red Hot Chili Peppers is a...
Yeah.
That's why I went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But it was, I forget the name of the couple. They're like a viral couple that do plays keys and they're...
Matt and Kim?
No.
Yo.
That's
No,
like,
I was
I was going to guess that.
It was
what
a
they
dude
sound
on
like.
drums and a chick on keys.
I like that.
But they filled in. They were great too. I forget their names of them now.
Jared, I need to look this up before any further conversation is made.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let you fact check.
I really need to know. It
It's
doesn't
all-
matter
it's
because I'm
all
going to go
Is it
anyways.
who's backing? Oh,
Who's opening?
Who's the other? Okay.
It looks like...
Is it the Iron Tom band? They always have them like on their shows.
God, Ticketmaster, you mother...
I saw the Stones recently.
annoying.
I saw them too.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, so we can't figure out who the opener is for this, right? And then like, I saw the Rolling Stones, and the opener. I was like, I've never heard of this band. I can't remember who they are now. And I'm like, where are these bands like existing that you're getting that gig? Like, I've never heard of you, but
Yeah.
you're the opener for the Rolling Stones. Like,
I
how
thought
like
the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's
blew my mind.
They were great.
They were great.
They kicked
They were great.
ass.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, they were like,
Yeah,
never heard of them.
ever.
So I guess you got to go like one route or the other. It's like either it's got to be like someone really like low level ish, like, but still kind of
Yeah.
known to someone, but then like, or you got to go like Janis Joplin. Like, I don't know. It's got to be like someone like up there too with them. I don't know. Okay, so it's Suan Kuti, and I do not know who that is. SEUNKUTI.
That's tonight.
But they're on tour with the Chili
opening.
Peppers.
Yeah.
So gotta be
The hell
good.
they
Incredible.
are. And there it is. God. Okay. So that's my
Wow.
Monday night plan. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. So I don't know. Ice buckets, Trop, Everwild, Freak Stomp,
Yeah.
starting as a pool party.
Yep.
I'm like, how did we get to the point that we are now in conversation? So I'm glad I was able to backtrack this time.
You're doing great.
I guess that's what happens when you're on a Monday and you're not like super hungover. That's good. Good to know.
Yeah.
For
I
us.
mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, are you?
No, not really.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, good.
Joke. That was a lie. That was my lie.
There you go. There you go. I've been telling truths this whole time.
Truthful guy.
Have I?
The eyes tell different. So Freak Stomp was the maybe potentially second iteration of Everwild. But it was more of like a carnival theme, am I right by saying that? Like it was kind of like circusy.
Well, so it was like under a tent too, and it was like a circus tent that we would do, like build the stages under too. They were like back to back facing each other, so you wouldn't even have to like leave the tent.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Yeah. We had like a lot of like circus kind of performances, like things going on too, people on stilts and stuff.
Like a
and-
dunk tank, I think we had at one point.
Yeah,
Love that. What made you guys like go that route with it?
I have no idea.
Just sounded like a good idea.
Yeah,
Well,
it seemed
Freak
cool
Stomp was the
stuff.
name of one of our songs.
What
So,
was
like,
it?
Freak Stomp is the name of one of our
okay.
older
Oh yeah,
songs.
that makes sense. It was like a freak show ish kind of thing. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of what we were
There
going
it is.
for.
Nice.
I guess.
Anyway, we rebranded and
Yeah. It was its time, it was its era, and now it's Everwild, which
Yeah.
is in Legend Valley.
It'll
Same
be-
first weekend in August.
Yeah. Coming up next weekend when you guys hear this.
This weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend when you guys hear it.
Right.
So,
Oh, nice.
and it's the biggest one ever. I mean, you guys have Stick Figure headlining and a lot of other amazing artists, some returning, some brand new. Did you guys ever imagine it would get to this point?
I don't think so. There's been so many things that you could say that about where it's just like, how did this happen? I don't really know how we got here, you know, like, but no, I don't think so. I mean, like legitimately going from a pool party to this in it's been less than 10 years. I know that much, probably like 8 or something. It's insane. It's insane. So we're stoked. We're super excited. It's going to be awesome.
The hype is real.
I feel like a lot of people, at least on the local level that we've talked to, it feels like 10 years is kind of that that mark, you know, like a
Yeah.
pivotal time. And Tropidelic, what year did you guys start?
So I fully agree with that too. And when I give people advice, like I tell them, like, you got to be prepared to do 10 years. And I don't think that has anything to do with music. I think it's just business in general.
Yeah.
But so these guys were like part of like, I mean, I guess essentially like the third iteration of the band, but the most predominant and well-known one because they've been around for about 10 years. But I started the band in college at Kent State. It's just like a hobby with no ever anticipation of doing it for a living or anything like that. I graduated, went to work. It still was just like a hobby. And then these guys come around probably 2013.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a little later, 16, 15?
18.
18, okay. Well, and then we kind of took it serious. We've probably been like touring in a serious way since 2015 or 16.
Yeah.
So like there was about 5-10 years there that were like it was kind of just a joke, but
What was your plan before, like not anticipating that Tropidelic would be where it is today?
I don't know. Like it's been brought up recently. Like I get asked like from people above my head, like, what is your goal? Like what are your goals? And like there never was one. I didn't have one in life. I didn't have one with music. But like in lieu of that, no matter what I did and what we did collectively, we just always worked hard. And it's kind of like progressed without like, but there is like this upper echelon sort of thought process that like you have to like know what the goal is and move towards it.
Right.
And and maybe it's just a cop out, but I've always been like, I don't know what it is, bro. I just like keep going and going. But I mean, I was working in an office, like, it was even a thing where I was like making like good money for how old I was at the time, but it was like, F this. Like I was so stressed and I was like, there's no amount of money that's worth this. And at some point, like I kind of flip-flop my priorities. But even then, like it was like, there was a year there where like I quit working in any kind of side hustle. And I was like, I'm just going to do the band. Like big mistake. Like, but like now I think we can kind of safely say like, it's like kind of like how we all make our living, you know, and it's just how it happened organically and in a crazy, amazing way, you know.
God.
kind of like you were saying, like with Everwild too. It's like, how did it get here or whatever? And like, we feel that way about everything. I think not to speak for everybody, but it's like every single day something happens and I'm like, how did this happen? Where did it come from? Whatever. But it's like, kind of like Rose was saying, just like that constant hard work and just moving forward, whether it's towards something or not, like opportunities kind of start arising. So like, I don't think anybody can believe it's gotten this far. And there's still like a ways to go.
So
and, like,
many
we still
ways,
have
yeah.
bigger goals, bigger dreams, whatever. But yeah, it's all a gift, like in that regard.
And this album that you guys just released over the weekend, Royal Grove, so great. Like the features you have on it are amazing. I like that the second half of the album is no features. It's just those like, you know, 5 songs that are like, you know, just the band. And it's cool to see the progression. I think you guys have really honed in on your sound. Like the sound it's Tropidelic. It's unique. There's nothing like it, you know, and when you guys go up and perform, it's a whole different story. But the new album, like right on the nose, I feel like it's exactly what people wanted and didn't even expect it to come, you know, like kind of sound this way. So How long did it take you guys to make this and release it?
Probably like this batch of songs a year, but it's been 2 years since the last record. So the whole time we've been like basically like trial and error, like a bunch of stuff. So like, there's 10 songs on the record, but we probably had our hands in double or triple that over a 2-year period.
Just little ideas and stuff.
Yeah, and then you just vet it and revise. But it's like definitely like an arduous process. Like at some point, like back in the day, we used to just like all be in the rehearsal space, like cranking out our parts and coming back the next week and whatever, and just like doing it over and over and over and over. And then at some point, maybe 5 years ago, we just kind of like, hey, this isn't like really efficient. Let's just like go in the studio with a few ideas, flesh them out, kind of like do it in real time, like write in real time. Like,
yeah, sure.
Like they'd be in the control room with Chris and Rex and working on like the beat and like some chord progression. I'd be in the other room just like trying to come up with a hook, like just through the walls, like listening. But it works so much better. But it's a lot of that, a lot of drives to the steel yard to get it done. But it's like, everybody like said, this is the best thing we've ever done. But like I legitimately think like this is the best record we ever made. So
Absolutely.
We're really stoked on it. It's
No, every song on there is a friggin' hit.
Thank you.
Hit. I love it.
We felt
Thank
that
you.
too while making it. It was a fun time.
It's cool. It's like you can just tell that you guys are so proud of it, and
Hell yeah.
like the fans are definitely living it. The Tropaholics. Shout out to the Tropaholics. Very fun. I also just joined the Flamingos chat.
I just heard
group.
about this.
I saw that because you posted. I was like, oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but wait, what
is
group?
it?
What,
They won't let Rex in.
Was it like an Everwild?
I've been trying to get in there.
Oh my god.
Flamingos. They're the female Trop fans.
Okay, that's
Okay,
awesome.
yeah, I didn't know about that. Okay, but what fucking Facebook group was it that I like tried to join? And she texted me and she's like, "Did you just try to join like an Everwild thing?" Because
It was Everwild.
She was like a fucking what is it?
I was an admin.
Yeah, like
I don't
she
know.
accepted my request, and I was,
was
like,
like-
"What? How? How did this happen?"
the bot life, like there's like
I got power.
like you,
Yeah, that was awesome.
here's one thing that I just didn't realize like would be my life is that I have like 5 or 6 pages like pretending to be me on the internet right now.
Oh my
And I
god.
just like don't like I just have to live that way. I just have to like wake up every day and like know that.
Yeah, right.
But like there's also a ton of like fake group pages and like and I legitimately like 5, 6, 7 years ago, it'd almost be like, okay, this is like some weird hater from across town or something. That's not what it is, though. It's like these like straight up people that are like overseas that are like infiltrating groups, and they see where traction and engagement is, and they like straight up like follow it and like see what's going on in there, and they like pick up a personality or something in there, and they like try to scam people.
Oh my god.
Because I've been seeing threads of like people sending me, "Hey, is this you?" I'm like, "No." I mean, that's clearly not me. Like you can kind of tell if you like do a little digging, like very easily tell. But they're like trying eventually to like build rapport and like work people out of money.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's like Rhodes just asked me for $5,000.
And it's like, what was that like? That
it'll
video
help
that
the
you guys
band.
did about is that like promo? Not a promo video, but like that like video that you guys did about people like trying to sell fake tickets.
It's a ticket,
yeah,
the ticket bot video.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all pretended to be those comments.
Yeah.
That the
I've had
bots
a
were
couple
leaving.
people send me pictures of like, hey, I saw this guy on Tinder, and I was like in the photo with the dude as like the first photo. It's happened like a few times.
my God.
You're clout now.
Yeah,
You're
yeah. I was
clout.
just like, oh, like maybe this guy will help me out.
Oh man, and you guys even got Bath and Body Works like taking your stuff too.
You know,
So that was like well within their rights to use the name, apparently under copyright usage, but like they definitely Googled that shit. Like they definitely like saw that name, they Googled it, and they're like, oh yeah, someone else picked up on the fact that this
well,
is
they're
like
like
an awesome.
the headquarters is in Ohio too.
What?
So,
Yeah,
so
wild.
somebody
They didn't
typed it
know.
in. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
like crazy.
Can they use it because it's like a product and not? But
It's like
music.
it's like an intended use kind of thing.
Okay.
Like you could probably have a
We're
restaurant.
not
called
making
Tropidelic.
houseware.
Maybe
You know,
we
we're
should
making music. They're making candles
Stop giving them ideas.
and room sprays.
I don't know. You guys could do like an offshoot brand of house brand.
We were talking about making a
houseware.
Bath and Body Works.
I was just saying, we were
candle.
like doing like,
calling it Bath and Body Works.
Make your
God.
song. You guys could do a
Yes.
song called Bath and Body
Yeah,
Works,
yeah.
and it'd be totally fine.
I bought a
With
couple of
that
the
logic.
candles. I still have them.
Yeah, we went to the store
We were
right when
so
they came
excited.
out.
We
They
like
were-
somebody texted us about it and they weren't on the shelves yet, and we like went into like the Bath and Body Works in Steelyard, me and Rex, and we're like, hey, like, do you have this? Whatever. And he was like, oh, like it's not out yet. We're like, oh, damn, like it's our band, whatever. And she like looked around. She's like, come with me. And we like, she like took them out of
to the bag.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely iconic. Oh my god.
It is
don't
Monday
think-
morning, sir.
Rock
Every time.
on.
Why is it always a drummer?
It's always a
Hey,
drummer.
Dana.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
So that happened.
So where were we? D-Day?
no.
Out of here.
We were talking about bots.
Oh, yeah.
Comment bots.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about Bath and Body Works. You guys starting a song. Whole thing.
Oh yeah.
no, we were talking about how we like would go while we were recording this record. We'd have the same kind of issue. We'd go like to the studio, and I was getting there bright and early with our producer Chris DeCola. But like some days there'd be like someone downstairs playing drums at like 8 a.m. on like a Tuesday, and we would just like hypothesize about this person's life. Like,
That's all I want
why
to
are you in
know.
there, bro? Why are you slamming on your drums at 8:30 a.m. playing Metallica?
Who hurt you?
Yeah, like something like that.
That's how I feel about Planet Fitness at 10 a.m. I'm like, don't you people have jobs? I look at myself, I'm like,
I have an excuse.
Just carry on.
Don't look in the mirror. Don't look in the mirror.
yeah.
That's exactly how it is. Yeah, it's very interesting here. We do love it. Love having our own space. We were very nomadic for many years, so it's nice having like
Yeah.
the.
I'll tell you, a woman's touch in this
place.
place is
You like-
really
you like
something.
it?
Yeah.
I would say, I bet there's not very many rooms that look this clean.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We
I'm just
try.
speculating, but I put my life savings
We've
on it,
heard that a
actually.
couple times.
Our first like week we were here, we were walking to the bathroom, and this guy just looks at us and goes, "Girls."
I think like right because there used to not be a woman's bathroom here.
Yeah.
is what I've been told. I don't know
That
if
was
you
only
remember
about 5
this.
years ago or so.
I can't.
It was just like
You know what? That sounds right. That sounds right. Because there was maybe like a unisex kind of one.
That's it,
and
right,
then-
yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Just a
because
unisex and a men's.
yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think in the
Cleanest
year,
bathrooms ever here,
Over in
I'll
a
tell
little
ya.
over a year, how long we've been here? I think I've ran into a woman in the bathroom under 5 times.
I'm
The
not
woman I
surprised.
ran into
You
the
know?
bathroom was Dana because she also rehearses here. So I was like, "What are the odds?" Girl, remember that? Girl.
No way.
Exactly how it
Hey,
goes.
where's your room?
All right. Well, what do you guys want to talk about? What are you guys feeling? How you thinking? What's going on?
Rex? Where's your head at, bud?
Excited to share some videos that we shot for the album.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So that's like a fun thing. It's kind of like, I mean, obviously everybody's seen these, but it's like the videos where like you're rapping the song and the lyrics pop up on the bottom of the thing.
Short
Yes.
form content.
Yeah,
Short
it's like a
form.
newer thing,
Love.
and they're like, those are kind of a blast.
Oh,
Like, they're just
yeah.
like mini music videos. Rex films all of ours. We just kind of get to pick cool spots and come up with ideas. So we've been doing a lot of those. It's been a hoot.
Might be doing some of those after this too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Really just kind of just like where's cool places around town to set up and
Yeah, any thoughts?
give a
Well, you guys
verse.
can
You should
share-
go to,
Yeah,
you should go to Rose's old room.
You should. That'd be fun.
You know what number it was?
It's good to be back. Like when I first moved, so the band was in Kent, right? But I moved to Cleveland knowing that I had a buddy up here, and then by the time I had never really gone to Cleveland much when I was at Kent. I can't come up here perform maybe once. I didn't know anything about Cleveland, so I was like 21 or 22. My buddy lived up here in Tremont. By the time I got up here, he left. So I'm just like by myself in Tremont. Like I don't know anybody in Cleveland. This is right out of college. I had the band like a little bit. It was kind of falling apart. But so much of this area was like where I like not only discovered the city, but like discovered myself, this music, everything that was going to come next was like this West Side, like, you know, Lorraine, Tremont, all this stuff. So it's cool, like come back here and have a conversation about like our big festival and this album we put out. Kind of where it came to this spot, not knowing if I'd ever even have a band. You know, like it was just like
Kind of like full
the
circle.
biggest unknown of my life. Like I'm by myself in the city and very much experiencing like the ups and downs of city life. But it's cool to be back here and like make this drive over here and be back kind of full circle. Yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Warms my heart a little bit. Well, if you guys need a space, you can always do your short form content here in LG Studios. Just saying. It's kind of vibes. It's kind of vibes from what what we hear.
But this place has made strides. Like, this whole area's made strides since I've been. And that was like, I was living over here 2000.
A lot different.
8, 9, something like that. I'd go for like jogs. I ride my bike like clear to Lakewood. I ride my bike all around here, but I would also go for runs like over this Clark Fulton. And I'm like, I can't say with 100% certainty, but like, I'm pretty sure like I would have ran past the house with the girls like prior to them finding me. Like, it was right around then. Like, and I would run all these streets right here. I would run like up and down all these streets. And it was like that Vega over there, I think, or one of those streets over there. But like shortly thereafter, all that stuff kind of happened or whatever.
Jeez.
But like, even like when I moved to Tremont, right, there was like an old abandoned church directly in my backyard. And then like my apartment was like widely considered haunted by the other people that lived in the building, including the guy that owned the building for like 100 years or whatever.
Dope.
And then all these like neighborhood cats like lived in and around, and there was like a 45-year-old stripper that lived in my building underneath me that worked at one of the clubs on 25th, and she would like be wandering the hallways, and like there'd be like trash piled to the ceilings of her apartment, and I would get a glimpse when I'd go through like just this wild. Like, I'm like, I'm fresh out of Kent State. Like, I'm from Pittsburgh, and I come to this like, thanks, Mom, help me moving in, Mom and Dad.
Oh man.
And then like trying to keep this band alive and all this other stuff, and then just like just to be like all that kind of started here, and then to be where we at, and like not to mention like just overcoming addictions and stuff like so forth. Like it's just amazing. But yeah, lots of history coming back over here.
Yeah.
I'm just going off now. I'm just saying.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Say those 2 words. Wow.
That kind
I
of
was gonna
stuff.
say history, but nostalgia is also
It's cool, yeah.
pretty good. Pretty good.
I like nostalgia better.
So you're the band has grown, you've grown with it. The sound has like developed. Like I feel like it's always been the same, from back in like 2012, when that album came out. Like it's really just grown into that and expanded on what I feel like it always kind of started as. Would you?
Yeah, it's like there's like an uncanny shit to this. Like there's like, you're right. Like through different guys, like from the college days till now, despite like all these wild changes, including like integral members, like just changed out multiple times, it's somehow like maintain like the same kind of like level of energy to the live show, and the music has kind of stayed the same. And I don't even think like I'm the constant, obviously, but I don't even think that's because of like my direction per se. It's something about like kind of like subconsciously attracts the right people and like the right energy, and like this is what happens. And like I'm guiding it a little bit, but like there's just no way that it works out like that. Like it's just something. It's really remarkable, but it's been like the same vibe no matter through all these changes, which is just gnarly.
I think for the most part too, any member who's changed in or out, there was never like, hey, we're having auditions, here's somebody we've never met. Like somebody always knew somebody, and it was just like, like people brought in people who fit that world. So I think that was kind of like a
like James is a fan.
No, I was like, Tropidelic was my favorite band. I wrote a paper on Rhodes my freshman year of college. It wasn't a paper. It was like a one-page thing in this music class of like
it's an expose.
Just somebody who's like
Not an expose.
but just like somebody who influenced musically. Because like my high school band used to open for Trop, and like Rhodes like took me out of town for the first time, like completely put us on.
Wow. Yeah, we know a lot of your story, too, because we had you for our 2022 marathon, and that was kind of the first time I had met you, and, you talked a lot about your story with, joining Tropidelic, and then just your solo music as well. But Rex, I have no idea. Like, tell us kind of where you kind of came into the mix. It was a couple years after James, right?
5 years
Are you the
after.
newest?
Yeah. I was no. I joined in at like near the end of 2017, early 2018. I was playing in punk bands in my old punk band called Who Hit Me. I think they actually rehearse in this building still.
Nice.
But I would play shows at James's basement. It was a place called Plymouth House. He would have house shows in Old Brooklyn all the time, and that was like 5 minutes from where I grew up. So I was like, oh, there's a house venue 5 minutes away. Let's play there once a month or once every other month, just as often as we can. And so my old band would do that. And then I met him at the house, but I knew of him through mutual friends, and I knew of Trop through mutual friends, and like members of my family would go see Trop and stuff like. And so I knew of the band, but yeah, he introduced himself to me after a house show and said that they were looking for people to maybe fill the drumming spot. And then I was just like, hell yeah. I was in college.
Yeah.
So I was just going to school, playing house shows. And
Well, that's like an interesting thing too, is like, so I dropped out of college, I was in Tropidelic my sophomore year of college, dropped out to do it and like hit the road.
Nice.
So when Rex joined, like we had some steam for sure, but we were like not where we're at now. It was like there was a lot of uncertainties, a lot of variables, all kinds of things going on. So it's also like insane. Like we were on the road, still on the road, like 150 days a year. Like, you know, like who knows? So I was talking to Rex. I was like, yeah, this is like a really difficult thing to do while you're in college. And we were going to the same school, not the same time, but
really?
I was like, I quit. And I was like, I'm not telling you that you should do that. I'm like, but if this is what you want to do, you should do that and like hit this, you know, like don't have acid, like really go for it. They offered Rex for Tropidelic to be an internship, and so Rex got college credit for going
I
on
got
tour
6
with
college
Tropidelic.
credits right when I joined Trop.
Yeah.
It was like a good semester turnover. So it
Pags
was
had to
like
like sign papers and shit. Be like, yeah, you did this.
God.
Like,
So
whatever.
Pags helped me write up, or he wrote up like he was my supervisor, and these are the things I'd be working on and stuff. And a lot of them I still use. I mean, I do social media, you know.
I mean,
the
honestly,
video
too,
work.
yeah, like you-
I was in college for marketing. It was like social media marketing and stuff and
Oh, that's
videography.
perfect.
So it was just like, well, I could do all of that, and they gave me college credit, and then I would like miss half the semester and have to convince all of my teachers every semester. So I was a junior, so I had 3 semesters of college left, and we were touring nonstop. And I'd just be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd just come back, and I'd just sit back in class for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was at a college where,
Different.
like, absences were counted. And it's like, if you missed 3 classes, you were, like, kicked out of the class, or, like, it was pretty strict on that. And I just, every semester, went to every single professor and was like, here's the deal.
Yeah, the spiel. You have
These
like
are my
your elevator
dreams.
pitch. You really want to crush a child's dream like a student.
And these
of the
teachers are
arts.
helping me out. So if you don't, you're really just, like, the only
You're a piece
one
of
that's
shit.
not helping me out.
Fuck yeah.
And they ended up all being really cool with it, and like I had my sister in some classes help me and like feed me homework and stuff. So
God.
I made it work, and it was it was a great time. And then when the internship ran out, I just was like, hey guys, I think I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hired him after the internship.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you graduate?
I did, yeah.
Was James like, what the hell? Like 6
Nobody
credits?
offered me that. Nobody offered me that option. Yeah.
Well,
Damn.
you're going to school to be a history teacher, right?
Oh, that was the dream. Yeah. Well, Indiana Jones is the dream.
I mean, hey, checking out, touring the United States and seeing the United States could have been a
It's historical.
little point. It's like I'm the history of the U.S.
Yeah.
I'm going to go travel and bring back my knowledge to the school.
Write that down.
Well, you know, if I ever go back, I start another band to leave again.
Well, James actually, interesting story he told me was that he remembers the day that he dropped out of school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the last day of the semester. I'd finished it out, but I was sitting there in the cafeteria using my like last meal swipe, and like, you know, looking back now, it was like the college radio station there, like whatever. But I was sitting there, and then Tropidelic played on the like school cafeteria thing, just like on the radio, and I was sitting there, I like put my fork down. I was like, let's fucking do this, and I walked out and packed my shit, and
That's the sign.
Yeah.
Aw,
Damn.
that's cool.
Which was like, admittedly, like I know for him, and I know for how I felt. I mean, everybody like it's a scary thing. It's a scary thing to like
Huge.
go all in. But because even like back then, 2016, like I mean, like, it was very uncertain. Like there's stuff like people knew us around town and stuff,
how
but like
crazy it was.
yeah,
And
we
it is
didn't like.
that
I mean, it's still up
crazy.
and down,
Yeah.
but like back then it was like really. I mean, we've lost whole vehicles that we had to leave in California. I mean, like just like so much insanity
times.
that most people like could not possibly no sane person would endure.
hitting the road for that long, like under those circumstances, was like actively hurting our lives.
Yeah,
like
there's no question.
in every way, like in every way.
But there's there's like this false pretense too that, or some people live under it that like, oh, you're gonna get scooped up from your city and like you're gonna be the 1% guy that like someone just plucks you up and sends you to superstardom. And like unfortunately that's not the reality for most people, and definitely not for us at all. Like we did grueling ass shit for like a decade, and it's like just the last handful of years or so like really starting to pay off. But It's tough, bro. Like, yeah, it's like, it was like our lives were like all just like in shambles, and like, for what too? Like, because we were like, hey, we're having a great time.
Yeah.
You know, but like super blessed we all are to be at this point.
We're like broken down at a Walmart just trying to like get to the first day of Warped Tour, and I had like a philosophy test due at noon.
Jesus, I'm just like on my laptop, just like, God damn.
Not to mention like accruing debt from college and like not having money to pay it back. But so like surely that a big turning point for us though I thought was
500 people going, at the same time.
Sitting home shaking their heads.
but like after that I thought a big turning point for like this band's trajectory as a whole was actually COVID, because it shut down everything, and we, even against like much just kind of scrutiny and like criticism at times, we did like everything we possibly could to stay busy. And we raided John Carroll's like studio like right when it happened, and we started live streaming, and we did really good on live streams for like
We did a
while.
live stream concert like 4 days after
Like
lockdown started.
as soon as it happened,
Nice.
Immediately.
and then we did a bunch more that did like really well for us, and then we just like were one of the first in this area to start doing like the drive-in movie theater shows.
Did 3
which
of
we
them.
got like highly
hell yeah.
highly criticized for
Those are
like
fun
because
and
people were like,
wild.
you know, you're supposed in theory you're supposed to just kind of stay in your car or like whatever apart, but like, you know, like stuff, you know, so people were like really upset about that. Some of the venues started doing like the separated seating stuff. We did every one of those we could, and then we started doing private parties like in people's backyards for small groups.
Yeah.
Like everything we could. So when in theory lots of other people just kind of went dead or quiet or like lost steam or whatever, like we kind of like stayed. So we came out of COVID like
Shoes
like,
tied.
ripping, like yeah, shoes tied, ready to rip, like.
oh, hell yeah.
So, but I
We
think that
wrote
helped
an
us.
album. We like hit it super hard. Like,
Yeah, and ever
but that
since
also
then-
too was like we were in Vegas and like they shut down the buffets and we're like, what's happening?
Yeah, it was like
buffet.
4 days before the
Yeah.
U.S.
so then
shut down.
So we
were
had done like 8 weeks on the road. We had lost the entire tour bus in Southern California. Our tour manager was there. The rest of us rented vans, finished like through the Northwest, and had to go to Vegas for 311 Day for like 5 shows. And we got there just like completely destroyed. We had done like maybe 6 or 7 weeks on the road prior to that point. And then we were supposed to drive back to Cleveland for 4 days and then do the same amount of time. So we're like sitting there like,
8 more
how
weeks,
are we going
or
to do
like
this? Like everyone was
5,
just like
6
destroyed. Like we're like, you know, me and Rex are the short guys, man. These guys are huge. We're driving around in these vans. Like everyone's just like, it was fucking miserable.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
terrible.
bad.
And I'm like, what are we going to do? And then we're on the way home and like,
Jeez.
we're like, oh.
It was
The news is breaking as we're crossing
it's
the
over.
country. We're
And
like
just sitting there, like everyone's
That's
canceling
insane.
tours.
we're like
Everybody's
driving the whole country, and the news is all breaking. We're like,
Sleeping
what
in these,
is
like,
going
hotel
on?
rooms, like,
Surreal.
bizarre.
You know, like,
bizarre.
but that we
Post
didn't have
Malone
to,
was
that other
supposed to
tour
play.
we didn't have to go on though.
we did not have to-
as we're leaving
Well, so-
Vegas, it's just Post Malone, March 16th. And I'm like, that might not happen. And like 5 hours later, it's
But
just
like,
like,
so
tour's
that,
gone,
that,
tour's
like,
gone.
that first month straight
Yeah.
of lockdown, or maybe 2 months, was like the longest any of us had been in Cleveland consistently in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like it was like, so that was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a whole
That was
like,
also wild.
kind of, yeah.
yeah,
Wild.
like,
Wild.
yeah. But then
Being
like you
home
couldn't
that
do anything. Like it was bizarre. It was like, yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of the work that you guys put in leading up to 2020 gave you that kind
Ambition.
of, that ambition and the gusto to be able to just like power through it and take it as an opportunity rather than what
Correct.
a lot of artists were doing, which was just kind of like,
Yeah.
Take
There's a lot of
that
bands
time
that
off.
are not
Like-
bands anymore.
Making those opportunities for yourself. You know what I mean?
Correct. And that's one that, like I said, there's been these like constants throughout, like despite members and stuff, and that's another one because it reminded me of it because the Republican National Convention is just last week or whatever. When it was here, like we've always been great at like exploiting opportunities
Getting
to
on
like
the news.
yeah. Where are you going with this?
So when it was here, we like pulled a gimmick with our former trumpet player. He was down there with a tuba, and he was like just making a scene, and it said like "real men eat ass," I think, on his tuba. And
That
it
was on his shirt. The tuba said sex machine.
Okay. But anyway, we just like he was down there making a ruckus, and I was like, doing my best to exploit it all and like take, put it on social media and so forth. But that's how we got our first record deal. Was that I like said like, look, we're on Al Jazeera, pay attention to us, and I sent it to like this band called Pepper that's from Hawaii.
Oh, God,
and they have their
yeah.
own label, and he actually responded to me and is like, yo, pretty cool, like, but we were like on all kind of news. And
We were
there's
on
been-
Eric Andre's
We were on
story.
Eric Andre's,
Shut
yeah.
up.
Well, because
Yeah.
like we were like I had like the marching band shit out and he had the tube and everything, and we were just wailing on it in front of the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh my god.
So it was just like, it was hysterical.
I was like, I want to see
even
this.
going back,
It's online.
Perfect.
going back to like the Kent State days, even like prior to anything, like these guys like all got married and moved on. Like this is 2007, 8. Like we would just flood the entire campus with flyers. Like anywhere you could like they literally changed the campus rules on how like where you can hang flyers because of Tropidelic in like 2008. So like that kind of shit's been going on forever. Like we just know how to like exploit and like frankly like we're not that good at music, so you got to do something. You got to like try hard. Like, you know, like, everyone should. Like, if this is what you decide to do, whatever it might be, you got to do all that stuff.
Go
like,
all in, yeah.
Everything is too competitive. Like, no matter what it is, you have to find a way to be seen and heard.
We're truly entertainers.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, that's how, like...
Truly.
Yeah. But, I mean, we would, like... Me and Rex would stand outside. We'd, like, do these, like, big opening tours for people. And then me and Rex would stand outside, past the gates, past the merch tables, and anybody else who came out. We would have a contest. We'd have, like, these stacks of, like... CDs that we just like burned. They were like, they weren't nice, whatever. We're like, yo, $5 Tropidelic CD. We just got off stage, whatever. And we'd have a contest to see who could sell the most every night, and we crushed it. And the loser had to get the word "loser" tattooed on them, and Rex lost.
Where's the tat?
It's on my leg. I got it.
You got to pick the font.
The rule was you're allowed to pick whatever font you wanted, and I did wingdings, which I felt like was a cop. I felt like it was a cop out.
So it's like little squares, like it's
Loser,
like,
no,
shut up.
we gotta get a vision of you here.
Rex, you are a wingding.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that
I got it
entirely.
underneath it as well.
Wait, I need to get this.
As a
Loser and wingdings. That's incredible. What the
it's a frowny face is the first character. I don't know.
Wow.
But so we would do stuff like that, but then we would go to
Incredible.
shows that we weren't playing with just flyers and just like just everything you could possibly do just to
We'd be at the festival, going through the marching band, like through the entire festival before our set. Like,
It was
hey,
Warped Tour.
Charles,
What time
It
we're
was on
playing.
Warped Tour.
Warped Tour we played like the last
We
week of
would
the
just
final
have
Warped Tour.
signs and we'd come up with chants with the drum line and just go around telling people 4:30 Ernie Ball stage or whatever it was. It was a great time.
Well, like when you guys have fun, like I mean, everybody else has fun.
Everyone
and,
feels that energy.
Right.
And I love that it transfers off stage because on stage it's an absolute trip. It's so fun to see you guys perform. You always do like some different stuff. You got the confetti cannons at the end. Like you got the whole drum breakdown and like you guys. There's just always so much going on stage. And there's a lot of personalities on stage that everybody just kind of like shines through in their own way. It's very cool. It's orchestrated, but it feels like not. I don't know. It feels like you guys are just kind of like doing it.
I think kind of like what Rex was saying. I think like entertaining is like first and foremost our job. Like, I don't know, like some of the most incredible guitar players in the world we've seen play and they just stand there. And I'm like, come on, give me something. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, at least like to me, like putting on like a good show is like the most important part. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys got the horns going, it's like it's not like brr, 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 brr. It's like bah, 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 bah. Like there's like bouncing to it and everything. Like
Sure.
everything is like exaggerated and like that's what people want. That's what gets them like going up and up. You know, gets the people going.
it gets the people going. It's provocative.
It is provocative.
Tastefully.
Yeah,
Tastefully.
Yeah, perfect. The right amount. The right amount.
Provocative yet refined.
Defined.
I think this would be a good opportunity too, since we're in Cleveland, to leak like the next Cleveland headlining show. This is like heard it here first stuff.
Let's go.
November 23rd at the Agora with Cashed Out, the Quasi Kings, Toby Raps. So that's gonna be our big, and officially announces after Everwild, but you guys hear it here first.
Let's go. Hey,
Exclusive.
love to
excited.
hear that. Agora, too.
Yeah.
Moving to Agora, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Stoked.
Oh my god. It
That's
looks
gonna be
so
crazy.
good.
I
I
can't
used to
wait.
work there. I'm gonna walk in like I own the fucking place.
Absolutely.
Talk about a haunted place. Listen.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
very
Little
haunted.
spooky,
Very
little spooky.
spooky out
Sweet
there.
Kyle's just in there lurking. Our first guy, Sweet Kyle, works at the Agora. He's like one of the dudes there.
Nice. Is this your guys' first time at Agora? Or have you performed there before?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like weird different like things. Like no, it's
They
been a
used to
long
do
time.
these like crazy raves there, and they would use both rooms, and they would have bands in the one room and then like EDM artists in the other room. So we would play those. Those were nuts.
Oh my God.
Those are out of control. So this will be
It's our first
Yeah.
time headlining.
Yeah,
for sure,
absolutely.
yeah.
Oh my
Maybe the
God.
first time since they rebranded.
I think
too?
so. I don't think we've played there since it's been real nice.
Okay,
Definitely
well, that's
not.
gonna be
Yeah,
dope because
yeah.
the sound in there. I mean, I don't know. I think Agora is probably one of my favorites just because it's sounds fucking incredible in the
it looks
Agora.
beautiful,
for
too.
sure. It's nice.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah, really, really
November
stoked.
23rd.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice, come on.
Okay. Okay,
Come on, you heard it
Thanksgiving.
here first.
That locally leak.
Oh.
That could be a segment.
We might need to steal that.
Yeah.
What else do you want to tell us?
I think that's it. Now I'm like getting freaked out that that's the wrong date or something. That is the right date, right?
It's 11,
double check.
11, I wish.
That's funny.
Let's see.
11.
I think we're
Not
good.
the checking calendar.
Oh, yeah, that's the 23rd. I see. Saturday, the 23rd.
Yeah, 23rd. We got
beautiful.
it.
Nice.
That's exciting.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very stoked.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Are you guys going back on tour before that?
September, October.
Yeah,
Some
we did a
traveling?
month on the West Coast. So last year we did like 3-month-long plus trips. This year we're down to 1, so it's like a light year.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
a month is no joke though. Like not,
I mean-
not the way to do it. We don't have like the big tour bus yet or anything like that. So it's like
We're driving ourselves. It's like,
half of it. We're getting a driver for half of it. We're moving up in the world a little bit. But it's
Good.
like
One
a
step at a
rented
time.
RV thing. I call it bandwagon. So it's like a little nicer than our rig. You know, moderate steps, but it ain't no like
Ain't no Prevost.
Yeah, it's not.
A good mid,
Mid-shelf.
mid-level.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Middle shelf.
Exactly. We'll get you the top
It's
shelf.
comfy enough.
Heck yeah.
And,
We'll take
yeah,
it
we
for
got a
what
bunch
we
of
gotta
shows the
deal
rest of the
with.
year still. So yeah.
The touring, it's got to be just its own,
Right.
experience. Just traveling across the country and out of the country.
Okay, wait, but also, how did
So
you guys
much.
lose your tour bus?
oh, well, we didn't like misplace it.
It was right here. This
It
whole
kept breaking
time.
down, and then we like took it to the shop, and our tour manager at the time was waiting with it, and we were like rolling out doing these shows in these vans, and somebody there put regular gas into the diesel tank.
Oh, no.
So
Oh,
then
that'll do it.
Somebody had to somebody that worked there had, I think, maybe I'm wrong, had to
They, like, drive
drive
across
the
the
bus
country.
from California to Cleveland because they fucked us. Like they're just like, we're like, we gotta go. They're like, well,
It was devastating. Like,
This was at the beginning of COVID,
You ever
too.
hear of, like,
oh yeah,
the-
this is that tour.
Yeah.
It was like a month into COVID.
we
They had
spent a week
drive.
in Barstow, California. I'm not sure if you ever heard that movie. Like that city's like regularly joked about, and like it's like it's just
Lot
like
of
a
alien sightings.
desert meth city in
okay.
California. Yeah, just gnarly ass place that you don't want to spend a week in, and we like spent a week there. There's been lots of that stuff over the years, though. We're just like gut wrenching, like just soul emptying, like on the side of the road. Like you're just like, what am I doing with my life? But thankfully, like I haven't. It's been a long time, which is awesome.
Vibes are high.
Then you do shit like playing at Red Rocks, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yes, it was worth it.
Magical.
You know,
Yeah.
magical experience.
it was
Yeah.
worth it.
God, that looked awesome. Like
Yeah, it was pretty
performing at
unbelievable.
Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my God, it's my bucket list. I need to go there.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to
Insane.
Dirty Heads for having us out on that one. for sure.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It was awesome.
I did want to talk about how you were saying, Rhodes, earlier that you guys like kind of found a more efficient way to record, and with this new album and everything, super awesome. Did you guys I don't know? There's just so many of you. So how do you how did you kind of come to that process of being able to, I don't know, get everybody to shine through, but also, I don't know, create these cohesive, beautiful songs, and they're all a little bit different too.
So, like I said, it's pretty big, extended sort of vetting process of what we think's best and sounds best and so forth. But also, one thing that's, I don't know, maybe it's not unique to us. I don't know what everybody does, but we've never really been hung up on us two are the writers, or it's we have a song that I don't know if you ever heard of a band called Vibe and Direct.
Yeah.
Doug wrote the bass line for Humble. And the whole song was based on that. And I actually hit him up and I was like, yo, I want a song that sounds like Atomic Dog by P-Funk. And he sent me that, and I'm like, all right, well, you're a songwriter now. That's dope as shit. I'm going to use that. But it's basically whoever's got the best ideas and whoever can play the parts best is who's going to do it. We're not going to we don't line everybody up in a row and here's time for the guitar, go play. It's just okay, who's ever around today and can play this part best, just play it, because most of us can play different instruments and different things.
Yeah, I was crowned Guitar Hero King in high school.
Wow.
Pretty great
Rex
story.
learned to play the
that a
drums
title?
because of Rock Band.
That a title?
Guitar Hero and Rock Band taught me how to drum.
Really?
Post Malone says it too. I mean, there's probably others, but like I stand by it. Like if you got a kid who's interested in music at all, I know it's kind of a dated game now, but like that introduced me to music and bands I like, and it also kind of gave me the rhythm skills.
Right.
If playing actual guitar is too tough for you, you know what I mean? Or like playing actual drums and you need another way to keep yourself going. It kind of helped me track my own skills. It was like I'm on hard mode now on drums. Like, let's go. I wanted to play Everlong by the Foo Fighters, and that's all I wanted to beat on expert. And then it's just like, wait a minute. Put a real drum kit in front of me. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's actually why I'm so good at guitar, too. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah?
no. Fuck no.
Actually,
I'm
yeah,
an
no,
E minor
it's
CGD type of
I
gal.
suck at guitar. I'm better now, but because I played real guitar.
No, you guys, you do all have different instruments. You guys, like, it's a lot of just changing out and, like, keeping things fresh. And also Humble is I think it's my favorite on there.
Thanks.
Sick.
Mine too, I think.
It's
Yeah.
I really,
New
really
Boo
like
Goof.
that one.
Yeah.
I think that's actually got me. I was like, oh, I love the Boo Goofin'.
I didn't like understand the reference there until like someone pointed it out, but then I it's those the Palmer Squares. Like I've said this before, but when and if not if when the apocalypse comes, there's just gonna be like scorched earth, like nothing left, and then there's just like the Palmer Squares and like come out of a hole. And be like, hey guys, because they're just like the most. Like they're the biggest anomaly. Like they're wild, man, and like they'll
They'll be
so
Everwild funny and like, oh my god, like what a
witty,
witty.
like
what a treat to spend time with those guys. Yeah.
They're going to be at Everwild too this year, right?
We'll link you up.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
If you look for the guy just doing like high kick karate moves all day, that's term.
They're both incredible tech deckers. Like they can like actually like kick flip them and like
Tech deck.
Like,
Oh my God.
unbelievable
Or if
Oh
you
my
see the
God,
guys just
okay.
going on trees, just going down them and stuff.
We were on like
Decks.
I'll tell it to their face too, but we were on a big tour, and we were supporting, and we were in Chicago, and that's where they're from, and we're like, the guys are like, oh, hit up Palmer. I'm like, all right, but like, who's gonna like take responsibility? Like, it's like this is like not our tour. Like, we have to be on our best behavior too. Like, we're just like a guest on this tour, right? And it's like a big, nice tour. So like, and everyone's like, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, go ahead, yeah, put them on. I mean, I love them. Like, I want them there. I just don't want to have to worry about them. And it's like the shared hallway with the big headlining band, and it's like quiet, like it's right before they go on. So like we kind of stay out of their way and stuff. Like it's like no, they're going to play for thousands of people. We're just the opening band. Like don't want to get in their way, cause any problems. Anyway, like I hear like some like noises like coming out. It's just me by myself in the green room. I hear some like noises out in the hallway, and I go out, and it's them two like doing the finger skateboards, like.
Yeah, gotta have the sound effects.
Like there's nobody out there. It's like quiet. And, like they're about to walk through the hallway to go to the stage. I'm like, yo, come on in. Like let's go. Like, it was just like, but they were like oblivious to what was happening in the world. Like no clue. Like just like completely involved. Like and that's how they are. Like they're deeply committed to their sport.
Like they're really good.
Like really
insane.
committed. Like really committed. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I hope I get to see a little bit of that.
I know, me too.
Everwild.
Oh yeah, they'll show you.
We're excited. This is our second year coming back to Everwild, and we're so excited. That was an amazing. That was my first festival. I'd never
Same.
been to a festival before Everwild last year, and it delivered on everything that I thought it was going to
Hell
be.
yeah.
And
Hell
more.
yeah.
Incredible.
Like,
Heard it here.
Ready for the next one. We're gonna glamp it up.
Oh yeah.
what's your guys' favorite part of like putting on these festivals? But
Saturday night, because it's like we're getting ready to go on, and it's like all the hard work's done. It's kind of just like made it to the finish line, and like it's getting dark, and everyone's just piling up, and there's just like this like moment, and we're just all standing there, and it's like, let's fucking do this, because you're working it all year. You know what I mean?
It's
like
a
a whole thing.
year-long
It's like
thing. Like yeah.
seriously,
yeah. So it's just like as soon as that's done, you get to go hang out at like the late stage and just like kick with all the, you know what I mean? Like, because Thursday, Friday, all those nights and stuff too, you're saving yourself for the next day. So you're not doing things like Saturday. You can just like
Unleash.
go kick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the coolest for me is that like we go to all these places and there's like you meet these people that like, over the years like just warm your heart, and some of them are from in California and some of them are in Rockford, Illinois, and in Daytona, Florida, and wherever. But like when they come and they become friends and they love each other, it's just like, oh, dude, like we're literally like perpetuating magic like here. Like this is incredible. Like I love that shit. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
You know.
a good answer.
My answer seems a little shallow now.
Good answer.
I like that part too.
I'm really excited to see Stick Figure and Revolution and like some of these bands that we're able to bring to Ohio for our fans and the people in the surrounding area to get to all just conglomerate into one place and have all their favorite bands play. And then it's super cool to see, not only from a fan's perspective as myself, but like to watch our people enjoy the time is super cool.
Yeah, I'd like to change my answer too now.
Nope, too late. Sorry. No,
Party
that's a
Saturday
good answer too.
Yeah, oh my bad.
Wow.
But I don't know, like we go out and we meet all these bands in other cities and stuff too, in other states, and then like, you know, we get to pick the lineup like in a lot of ways. So it's like getting to like bring these bands that we love from other places and like, you know, like I'm sure you guys are relatively new to this scene, whether it was even just from like knowing me, like, you know, like. You probably hadn't heard of like a lot of those bands that you saw last year, right? But it's like, so it's like all these people we get to go hang out with, whatever that I just like love and love seeing, and then like I get to come back and be like, all right, guys, this is Cashed Out, or this is Palmer Squares, this is Joey Harcum, and like I adore them. I can't, you know, like getting to like show people your favorite bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of get to pick the lineup. Like we have some level of approval. Like, but like we have partners too. Like we're not the ones like organizing it per se. Like our partner Jim, who we started like Freak Stomp with years ago, JSG Live is a partner, and then we have a third partner too, which is like our management company, Ineffable. So like this wouldn't be what it is without the partners as well. So I should note
100%.
that for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, we've worked with Jim and Zach, and like they're just
Nice.
they're awesome people.
Yeah, they're cool.
Like
They're cool.
Good vibes.
truly, that you can just the festival itself is no easy feat. I mean, you guys kind of do 2 every year too. I mean, I think it just goes back to you guys being entertainers. Like Sunny Days, I went to for the first time this year, and that was another vibe. Like, you know, it was like a little mini Everwild, and you guys just you put on shows and like just bring people together, and it's very
Always a good
magical.
time.
So.
Thank you.
So thanks for
much.
doing that.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being from Cleveland. Like
Thanks for representing
thanks for
Cleveland.
repping Cleveland so
Sure.
hard.
Hell yeah.
Seriously, from us to you, like, yeah, being able to bring all these people to show them like what Cleveland's about and a different way too. Like, you know, it's like your own style is very, very cool.
What
so you guys
MGK
break
said,
it
Till
out.
I Die?
Something
Yeah,
like that.
there it is.
Yeah, I heard
You guys
that.
are doing the same thing though too. Seriously, it's been cool watching you guys
Yeah, you
go
guys did
do
great.
everything awesome.
You
This
did
is,
great.
this is amazing. This is awesome to see. This is like
You can tell
guys
you've
are
been
here.
like honing in on your craft too, for sure. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. We have 5 more years till we get to 10, so, you know.
We're halfway there.
Keep at
These
it.
are the worst ones.
Good to know. Good to know. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
It's already really bad.
How did you know? No.
we were good at that.
Well, thank you guys again.
Yeah, thank you.
Rex, Rhodes, and James. We'll
Yeah.
see you this weekend
Yeah, see you at Everwild.
at Everwild.
Hell yeah. Locally grown.
And
Hey, locally grown.
Outski.
Okay.
Cool.
We did that.
Let's go.
D-Day. We forgot about it. What's up, y'all? It's Tropidelic. We're here with Locally Grown, and we will see you at Everwild.
See you there.